Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford Salina, Kansas. Your source for Ford news update and information, including your Explorer information, because the order banks are open up now for the 2026 Ford Explorer. So you can go into your local dealership and place your order with them, and they can help you configure it and everything. Or you can watch this video, and we'll help you as well, especially if you're looking at the ST line trim level. We're going to cover all the things that are standard and some things that are optional equipment as well in this video. And there are some changes for the ST line. So hopefully this video does help you out with that. If you like videos like this, and or if you even place an order with a Ford vehicle, you may want to check out our scheduling videos. So make sure you're subscribed with the bell notification turned on so you don't miss any of our videos when they go live. And by the way, we are taking orders as well. So we're doing invoice pricing. More information about that at the end of the video. In fact, I have timestamps throughout this video. Use it as your resource. Move around. Feel free to do that. Move around to the content you want, and there will be timestamps. So just use those timestamps to jump around, whether it be on mobile or desktop. And then there'll be one dedicated for ordering with us. And we do have a build and price available on our website. And we're going to dive into this. So because Ford does not have build and price up yet, there are a lot of people that think that you cannot order one right now. And that is not the case. So when you go to Ford's website, you can see that you go to vehicles and you go to SUVs and you go to Explorer, you'll see 25 model years right here, starting price and everything, and you can search inventory, but you can build a 25, but you can't order 25. Order banks are closed for 25 model year, but you can order 26. And because of that, I think a lot of people think that 26 order banks are not open. They are open. In fact, next week, they're going to start scheduling for these orders for 26 model year already for those September build dates. So you can place those orders with your dealer. So we'll go in and kind of go through this. And like I said, we have build and price on our website. We'll check out later when you go to ordering. If you want to build it out there, you can do that. It won't change the image of the vehicle and the look of it, but at least get you the information of the packages that we're going to talk about in this video. So let's get in here and dive in and hit the build and price. Now for this year, let's go through the pricing a little bit for the ST line. So last year, it looks like we do have an ST line that says starting at $45,020. This year, we do have for the ST line, rear wheel drive is going to be starting at $45,020. So same price, $2,000 more for the 4-wheel drive version. So you can get that in either rear wheel drive or in 4x4. So we're going to click into this. And we're just going to talk about what's standard on those at those two price levels, right? And so when we're talking about standard equipment, we're talking about, hey, at that price, what do I get the standard? Or what's included at that price level, right? And so that's what we're going to get into in this video. So, and that is before destination delivery, by the way. And actually right here it's showing a net price even lower than that. So not sure what that's about, but let's get into this. So first talking about the powertrain options or the mechanical features on this, it will come with the 2.3-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder engine with the auto start stop technology. It means you come up to stoplight, stop sign, it's going to shut the vehicle off. Let go of the brake, it's going to turn it back on. That is something you can actually deactivate if you'd like to for each engine cycle. 10-speed automatic transmission as well means it will shift really well. That 10-speed's been out for a little while on that. We do have selectable drive modes. So the selectable drive modes, usually there's going to be like, it doesn't give us the drive modes, but you should usually expect a normal, an eco mode, a sport mode. Usually you have a slippery mode as well. Sometimes you might have like a mud ruts or something for off-road use and that kind of thing. So right there. Electronic parking brake as well with an auto hold feature. So I'll hold that brake. So just like it sounds, if you press that auto hold, you go up to the stoplight, fully stop the vehicle and let go of your brake, and it's going to just stay there. It's going to hold that for you until you hit your accelerator. Electric power assist steering, so that's what we call EPAS. So makes it a little bit easier to turn that steering wheel in those parking lots and such because it's electronically controlled instead of gas controlled there. And we do have a 3.58 non-limit slip rear axle on the vehicle, front and rear stabilizer bar, and you do have front and rear independent suspension as well. That's what gives it a great ride in this vehicle. Now, all your 4x4s will have a couple other technologies included, including your intelligent 4-wheel drive system that you'll have with this, and you'll have the hill descent control. So it'll help you down coming down from hills and such like that. You will have hill start assist as well, should be included in this. Well, that's actually down here, my safety features, which let's go ahead and talk about that. And I don't really have any images, so we'll jump on over here. All right, now talking about the safety features, driver and passenger dual stage front airbag deploys a different size airbag depends on how close you are to the front of the vehicle. We have a front seat side impact airbag as well. That'll deploy from the side of that seat. Driver knee airbag as well to help that driver stay protected from that front collision. We have safety canopy side curtain airbag with a rollover sensor. So that's going to roll. It's going to kind of deploy those down from in front of those windows and such. We do also have an advanced track with roll stability control with curve control that'll help try to keep you on your intended path. If you go on that curve maybe too fast, slick out, that kind of thing, it'll help with that. We do also have a hill start assist. So if you're on a hill, it'll help you so you're not going to drift back at all when you transition from that brake to the accelerator pedal. We do have the side wind stabilization as well. And then pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking includes pedestrian detection, forward collision warning, and dynamic brake support. So what that's going to do is if the car in front of you is going slower than you and at the current speed you would hit them, it's going to alert you. That's that front collision warning or that forward collision warning. It's going to alert you a series of tones and lights up the dash and everything that you might hit them. And then also preloads those brakes for dynamic brake support. Under a certain speed, it'll also go ahead and also detect any pedestrians too. So there you go. Post-collision braking as well. So it's going to help as well when post collision, it'll brake that vehicle. SOS post crash alert system honks the horn, flash the lights. If you're on the side of the road, need someone to come to your assistance. We do have lane keeping system that gets you lane keeping alert, the lane keeping assist, and the driver alert. So driver alert, if you're taking your hands off the steering wheel too often, it's going to alert you of that. The lane keeping alert system will allow you to leave your lane, but it's going to vibrate the steering wheel and let you know you've left your lane. And then the lane keeping assist will help try to keep you in your lane as well. Road edge detection as well. So if you're getting close to that edge, it's going to detect that and alert you of that too. Evasive steering assist. So if you're not able to stop in time to stop in time if you're behind somebody, but you could pass them or go around them safely, then it'll use that evasive steering assist and assist in that steering around that vehicle. Intersection assist 2.0. Also, if you're coming across that intersection, it'll alert if there's a car coming and that you would hit, then it would stop the vehicle. And we do have security lock passive and assist system, which only means a coded key can start the vehicle. And then we also have perimeter alarm. That's going to alert you. It's going to lock when you lock that vehicle up, it's going to lock up the interior. So there's motion inside, breaking glass or something like that, or any kind of elevation of the vehicle, then it'll honk the horns and flash the lights there. All right. Let's go take a look at the exterior features here for us. And we're going to use this here image right there. And let's go to this red. I always like red when we're talking about sport trim levels. There you go. So we do have on this in here the Explorer letters on the hood right there. So that's kind of something you see when you go to like that sport trim. So you're going to see that with this as well as your ST. The grille will be a black mesh grille as you're seeing here, or mesh inserts, I should say, but a nice grille, painted black grille up here. We do also have for the bumpers on the front, body colored bumpers up there with the lower cladding as well. That's going to be, or the lower is going to be black, it says here. Active grille shutters as well. They'll open and close when you need them to allow for airflow in to help cool off that engine. We do have black skid plate on the front. So right up here, normally it's silver on the others. It's going to be black on this one. We do have front and side parking sensors, it says on this as well. So you're going to have those sensors, 360-degree camera as well, so that way you can see all the way around the vehicle with several cameras on the front, the side, and the back. We do have for the headlights, LED low and high beam headlights. We do also have wiper activated headlights. So when the wiper's on, they'll activate too. And then we also do get unique black treatment in those headlights. So instead of, like a bright finish, they'll be black. And then we do also have the auto lamp. So they'll come on automatic when it gets dark, shut off when it gets light. And then LED signature lighting as well. That's going to light up above the headlight as well for you there too. LED fog lights too, as we're gaining that. I'm going to go to this trim. And we do have auto high beams. So they'll come on when it's dark enough outside and when you have that activated. Those high beams will come on. Someone approaches you, it shuts them off automatically, which is really nice. And the configurable daytime running lights as well that you can have on and configure those for if you want those to be on during the daytime. We do have the molded in black wheel lip molding. So you're going to see that, as well as a lower cladding on the side over here, that rocker molding. So it's going to be that molded in black. The wheels here is a 20-inch ebony painted machine aluminum wheel. The tire is a P255 55 R20 all-season tire. It does have individual tire pressure monitoring system for each one of those. Four-wheel disc brake as well with analog braking system. And you also get an electric brake boost and electronic stability control as well to go along with that. So standard duty front and rear brake calipers. And we do also have the ST badging on the fender up there as well there for you. Then the mirrors, power and heated glass for the mirror. It is a manual fold as well. Security approach lamp that's going to light the ground beside the vehicle, and gloss black mirror caps as well up there. The mirror does have a blind spot information system with cross traffic alert. So that means if someone's near a blind spot, it's going to put a light in that corner of that mirror and let you know it's not safe to go in that lane at that time. If you're backing up, someone crosses your path behind you, it'll alert you as well. Series of tones and lights up the dash. There's somebody coming. You also do have exit warning to go along with your bliss. So if you're getting ready to get out of that door and there's something in that blind spot, like a bike or something coming by, it'll warn you of that before you exit the vehicle. And then we do have trailer coverage that'll work. So it'll work with the blind spot of your trailer. And then that rear cross traffic alert also has braking go along with it. So if you back up and it's alerting you and letting you know there's someone there and you don't see anybody in the camera, so you continue to back up, it'll brake the vehicle so you don't hit that person behind you. That lower body side cladding, I mentioned the rocker molding. You also get a black accent across there, so a gloss black accent, which is really nice. Body colored door handles as well. 4-door intelligent access. Leave that key fob in your pocket, put your hands in the door handle. It's going to unlock the vehicle, allow you to get in and out. Press the little lock that's on there and it'll lock it up. Push button start when you get inside, so you don't have to get the keys out to start it either. And you do get remote start on the remote too. So it'll be on there and allow you to remote start if you're in close enough proximity. Acoustic laminated windows on the front side windows. We always see that on the front glass, but now you also get on these front windows too. Privacy glass, second row and third row are going to get that. So these windows here, the quarter windows in the back is going to be privacy glass. And then we do have roof rack side rails that are black. So you'll have those too. And then we do have an easy fuel capless filler door. So you just push that door open right there. It's going to pop open. No cap to worry about leaving behind, getting your hands dirty, anything like that. Just shut that when you're done. Roof mounted antenna up here, as you see. Body colored rear spoiler. Center mounted stoplight. Black accents right here. Rear defrost with rear wiper and a washer on the back of that too. And then we do have the back in the back, we do have LED taillights with unique black treatment in them as well. And then for the rear bumpers, body colored bumpers up here, you do have a bumper pad on the top of the bumper. And then the lower part will be that molded in black rear lower. And then the black scuff plate on the back there. And then we do have the rear view camera. So as we mentioned, 360 camera earlier. You also get the sensors on the back too. So front, back, and side sensors in the vehicle, which is a nice feature to have. Also, you get reverse brake assist. So if you're backing up, you're not paying attention to that, just like with the cross traffic braking, it's going to also assist in braking the vehicle for you too. And then we do have the Class 3 trailer tow package. So it's going to give you the hitch, the wiring, and trailer sway control. Also power lift gate, so you can press the button underneath. You can also use your remote to open up that lift gate. And then we do have a tire inflator and sealant kit inside. There is an option for spare. It's just not standard equipment. So we'll cover that when we get to optional equipment. And the rear cargo area light also inside there too. So, all right. Now let's talk about interior features here. We'll get into colors on the outside as well as the inside just a little bit, but on the inside, door sill scuff plates in the front, they're black molded in with the ST line inserts. Floor mats as well, black carpet, front and rear, illuminated entry system as well, so you can see as you're getting in. Active noise cancellation in this to make it a little bit quieter for those inside. And we do have on here unique doors for the ST line with the ebony with the red stitching on those doors. And we center console as well. You're going to see that nice red stitching on the floor console there too. We do have unique cloth seats with the red stitching, as you're seeing with that. So those look real nice. So Real nice sports seat for that. Front captain's chairs, so that means bucket seats for the driver and front passenger with that console. 10-way power driver seat, 8-way power passenger seat, heated seat for the driver and front passenger as well, and 4-way manual adjustment for the head restraint. So that means up and down, forward and back. That means it'll kind of ratchet forward and allow it to go back for the first row. Second row gets a 35, 30, 35 bench seat with an easy entry and armrest. So armrest coming down from that center console. Easy entry means that you can press that button up there, it'll kind of release and allow it to come forward so you can get into the back. And then we also do have second row HVAC controls too. So, and then 2-way manual adjustment for the head restraints for these outbound seats. So they'll go up and down. Actually, I think all the seats. No, it does say the center head restraint is fixed position for that. We do have third row split bench seat with the manual fold in the back. And then latch system, lower anchors and tethers for children on the second and third row outbound seat positions as well. So allows you to anchor those car seats down into those seats. All right, let's go to this image over here. We have power door locks, auto lock, auto unlock, child safety lock as well. So you can lock those rear doors out back there. Instrument panel cluster is a 12.3-inch screen here for you. Manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel, so it'll go up and down, forward and back, and lock it into place manually. We do have a leather-wrapped steering wheel, nice red stitching on that. It is also heated feature on the steering wheel. And then that is included with your heated features, like with your heated seat and heated steering wheel with remote start settings. We do have adaptive cruise control, includes stop and go, lane centering, and predictive speed assist. And so with this in here, basically adaptive cruise, if you're going behind somebody, you don't have to hit your brake. It'll automatically slow you down to go the speed of the vehicle in front of you. And then if you fast, safe to resume once you pass them. And then it does also bring in a complete stop if need be. So you just hit that resume button when you start going, and you'll resume safely behind that vehicle in front of you. Lane centering keeps you center of your lane. So a little different than lane keeping, which can be activated with or without the cruise. This is activated with the adaptive cruise. Keeps you in the center of your lane. Predictive speed assist is a couple different things. For one, if you're going to that curve maybe at a speed according to that cruise that the system cannot handle that, it'll actually predictably slow you down. And then also the speed sign recognition. You can set your tolerance above and below the speed limit a certain amount. And so if you're setting that cruise and then it changes, it'll adjust your speed accordingly without you having to do anything to it. Climate control is a tri-zoned electronic climate control. That means 3 zones. So you do have a dual climate for the driver and front passenger, and then you have another zone. A third zone is in the rear seat. Rear auxiliary controls for them as well back there if you give them those controls. For the audio controls, is a B&O audio sound system with 10 speakers, including your subwoofer. We do also have a 6-speaker audio system, SiriusXM with the 360L, and you get 3 months included as a trial. Then after that, you'll need to sign up with Sirius. There is, for this year, an optional equipment where you can get 3 years ahead of time through Ford, prepaid. So we'll talk about that when we get to optional equipment, though. Ford Digital Experience, that is, Explorer got this new last year. So you get a 13.2-inch color touchscreen that you're seeing here with the Alexa built in. You get the Google Assistant, the Google Maps, and the Google Play Store. It's real nice how seamless it is. 911 Assist as well, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto that's wireless, and Ford Power Up software updates capabilities as well. We do have overhead console. Let me go to this image here, the 360 view, so you can see above there. We do have a rear view mirror right here. It is a day-night mirror. It's not showing a mirror in this image. That's going to have that little lever, so it'll adjust that mirror for you manually. And then overhead console with a sunglass bin. Hard to see in this with this black, but it does have a little sunglass bin up here with your lights. We do have visors there. Pop those down. On the back of those, you'll have illuminated vanity mirrors as well on the back side of those. Then down here, I don't know if you can see that in there. There we go. Rotary dial shifter knob right there. We do have a media hub in here. You just press that little bar right there and it opens the door up to a media hub area where you're going to find some different things in there, some PowerPoints. So you'll get in the media hub area, you'll get one PowerPoint up there. And then you'll also get a couple of USB ports, USB type A and C. And then in the console itself, you'll get 2 USB-C ports, and you'll also get a PowerPoint in there. And then behind the console, For the second row, you get 2 USB-C ports, and then you'll also get a PowerPoint on the back side of that. And then the third row will get 2 USB-C USB ports back there. And then rear cargo area will get a PowerPoint back there. So, and then we do have the FordPass Connect that allows you to stay connected to the vehicle using the FordPass app. You can remote start it from anywhere using the app, lock and unlock it, schedule remote start times, see where your vehicle is located. You can see information about your vehicle, like the tire pressure and the fuel that you have in it, and alerts you also of any kind of recalls and stuff like that. And then, of course, we do have the Ford Digital or the Ford Connectivity Package. That's new for the Explorer this year. You get 1 year included with this. And this is going to give you basically incorporates everything together. So last year we had Wi-Fi hotspots that you paid through AT&T, but with this system, you don't have that. You also had some other different things. It incorporates it all into one, all your streaming and everything into this package that works seamlessly with the Ford digital experience. So 5G connectivity for that, unlimited Wi-Fi hotspots, audio, video streaming, productivity like video conferencing and web browsers, and then voice assistant and entertainment all included with that. So a pretty cool system. And I actually have it on my Expedition, and I love how seamless it works with the vehicle. All right. Now, let's talk about colors for a second, which some of these are standard equipment on this. Now, we are looking at the Rapid Red Tinted Clear Coat, which is not included. It is $495 for that color. So you'll want to pay a little extra for that if you want that. Another one that's a little extra is the Star White Tri-Coat. So it's 3 coats of paint. So it's showing $795 for that. That is also an option for you. We do have Space White. It's not showing in here. I don't believe. Yeah, it's not showing in here, but we will have Space White for this year. That's available on the ST line. We also do have Vapor Blue. Vapor Blue does cost extra. And we did see Carbonized Gray. Carbonized Gray is also a color available that's free. Vapor Blue is $495. And then we also do have the Agate Black that is also free. So no cost for that color there as well for you. And then we do have a new color for this year called Marsh Gray. So you're not going to see it in here because this is last year's information. Marsh Gray is also available. And I don't believe it costs extra for that color. So there is a difference. So that and Space Gray are not showing here on the website, but they are included for this year. One color interior on this. So we just have the black onyx interior. So you're going to have that with this ST line. That's pretty typical of that with the unique red stitching and such throughout the vehicle there. So there you go. So there's that. And then let's talk a little bit about that. Now, we talked about options. We're going to talk about some different packages here. Now, don't forget you can get this in either rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, right? At those prices we talked about earlier at the $45,000 and $47,000, right around there. But there are a couple packages that are also available for you that were available this year or last year, I believe. So let's go up just a little bit here and talk about some of these. So we do have, I'm going to go through my sheet here first, available with these, and that's the ST line street package. So here it is right here, 1105. A lot of these packages were the same last year as this year, so I won't go over prices on that, but this one does include the bigger wheels. So 21-inch magnetite painted aluminum wheels with the performance brakes. So we talked about the standard brakes, and the reason we brought that up is because there is this package where you get performance brakes included, and you also, along with that, get the red painted performance front and rear brake calipers as well. So that's also included in that package. Of course, with that tire, will come with an all-season tire as well. So it's a 275/45 R21 tire as well. So, and anyway, so note in here does say available when the premium package, second row captains, and rear-wheel drive are selected. So you'll have that right there. And then there's a second street package. So there is a street package. There's a couple different options. You'll just have to pick the right one in here. They're both the same package code, but it's shown separately in here because this other one does come, say it's available with the bench seat when the premium package and the four-wheel drive is selected. So I have a couple of options for that right there. So, all right. Street package is pretty cool. So pretty nice way of upgrading everything there. We do have the premium package. It is $1,360 as well. So you can see what all is included there, and we'll cover and make sure they're the same this year as well. We do get that power outlet that replaces a power point in the back of the center console. We also get ambient lighting as well. That's going to light up those footwells and such. And I believe that's going to be ice blue for that. We do have the auto dimming rearview mirror. We mentioned that rearview mirror is a day-night mirror that'll upgrade to an auto dimming rearview mirror. And then the mirrors on the side are going to go to power folding with auto fold feature. So get the power and heated glass. It's standard equipment. Now we also gain LED turn signal indicators as well. Of course, already had the security approach lamp, and we're going to get also the driver's auto dimming mirror for that. So the driver's side view mirror, and then the front and the driver and front passenger side memory mirrors will be memory, and then gloss black mirror caps are going to be already included as well. So the driver memory for that. So we'll talk about more about the memory, because down below here we do have the driver seat memory as well. So that's going to give you driver memory for the seats as well. And then for the seats too, you're going to get second row heated seats now. So that's an upgrade when you get this too. And then you get the rain sensing wipers as well. So you just set it one of those intermittent settings. If this is activated, it'll just turn those wipers on when it needs to. It'll wipe them faster when it needs to as well. Now, something that's listed in here last year that's not included is the wireless charging pad. They have removed the wireless charging pad from all the Explorers for this year. So that is going to be a difference there for you in that. But the package price will probably stay the same. It's something they do. Let's see. Another package I want to talk about is more of an accessory package, and then is the cargo area management system. So this in here, it's been available on all the Explorers. This is going to give you that cargo mat in the back. They're actually showing an image of that right there with that third row seat. That mat will lay across there. If that the receipt is down. We also do get a cargo net that's going to be able to position back there, so you can put like different things in there so they won't roll around in the back of the cargo area. And then a cargo well rubber mat. So I didn't mention that, but you do have this cargo like well in the back there. They have these pieces that you can go on top of that, so you can still lie things flat up there, but then you can remove those and you have this little well that you can put things in, and that would be a rubber mat that would go down in there and protect it as well. So again, that's what's it, $245. It looks like it'll probably be about the same price this year as well for that. All right, I think that's all of that. And then this is mentioning Bluecruise in here. So for this year, it's a little different than last year. Last year, Bluecruise hardware was standard equipment on the ST line. This year, as you notice, we didn't mention it at all because it is not standard equipment on the ST line for this year. But you can get the Bluecruise hardware if you like Bluecruise on your ST line. So it's not that it's not available. Now you would just select that option 66M, and you have to combine it with one of the plans. So there is a, you can either do it with a 1-year plan, or you can do the one-time purchase, but it does require one of the plans if you want to order the hardware. So, and this is an idea of one of the plans where it's showing $495, but the other one is a one-time plan that I believe is going to be a little more expensive. It's like $795 or $745, something like that. So you do have a couple options there. So Bluecruise 1 year is option 50N, or if you want to go with the one-time purchase, which gets you 7 years, is option 50S. So that is a couple of different things you can do there with the Bluecruise. So that's kind of different and new for this year. So, and then another package that you're going to see once the order guide is up and running is going to be that Ford connectivity package. We mentioned you get it for 1 year included. And then you can also get from the factory, you can order the 7-year plan, the one-time purchase, and that's going to give it to you for $745 for you for the Ford connectivity. So you're talking, a little less than $100 a month or $100 a year. So pretty cheap there. And that again, it gives you all those connectivity things. It's just going to extend it for 7 years. And then the other one that's going to be new for this year is the SiriusXM with the 360L. So you can order with your factory order the 3-year plan. So you can get 3 years of that. It's $300. So about less than $10 a month, because you also get the 90-day trial, I believe, on top of that. So you're getting a pretty good deal there. So $300, it's $100 a year. That's less than $10 a month. Pretty good deal on that. And if you know you're going to you want it, you can prepay for 3 years. Now, just so you're aware, the Ford connectivity package one-time purchase, the SiriusXM with 3-year purchase, those are things that have to be ordered with the vehicle at the factory. They're not something that can be added to your vehicle after you get your vehicle. So if you order it and you don't put either one of those on there, that is not something you can add at the dealer. So from what I understand, you have to order that from the factory at the time of the sale. So, or when you order the vehicle. So keep that in mind right there. All right, now let's get into some of the standard or the standalone options here. All right, let's talk about some standalone options now. We're going to break this out into factory options first and then dealer installed options. And I'll kind of go in through that and why we're breaking that out in just a little bit when we get to the dealer installed options here. First off, I want to talk about is we're talking about these different wheels. One's that street package wheel. And in here, that does break out the street package into two. And I wanted to clarify that street package is available in rear-wheel drive as well as with 4x4. And so there may be some other options because the note on the one for the rear wheel drive does say that available when the premium package, second row captains, and rear wheel drive are selected. So it may require you on the rear wheel drive to get the bucket seats in the premium package, just so you're aware of that. Now on this other street package for the four wheel drive, it does say in here that a couple different options. One, it says available with the bench seat when four wheel drive is selected, and also says available with standard bench seat when premium package and 4x4 are selected. And then the third note in here just say available when the premium package, second row captains, and four-wheel drive are selected. So you can get the captains with the four-wheel drive and that package. So anyway, so just some things to note there. On the rear-wheel drive may require you to have the captain chairs in that premium package, whereas in the 4x4 looks like you have some options there. So, all right. And then moving down, we do have the spare tire. So we talked about that earlier. It's $400, so you can get the 18-inch wheel and jack kit for you there. And it does say in here that it would delete the standard tire inflator and sealant kit if you do order that. So there you go. And then some other ones as well. We talked about the bench seat as standard equipment. So let's go down to here to the interior. But we do have the captain's chairs as well. So we'll select that here. And so you can get those bucket seats. Now in here, it mentions that it requires the ST line in the premium package. So let me look at my notes here. It does say replaces the standard bench seat and requires a premium package when the rear wheel drive is selected. So on this in here, it looks like on four-wheel drives, it will require the ST line street package to go that route too. So premium package may be required for that. I think are we on rear-wheel drive options up here? We are in rear-wheel drive. So in here, the configure makes you do that. So to get the second row captains, according to the order guide, does say in here to replaces the bench seat, and then also that it requires a premium package when the rear wheel drive is selected. It doesn't say that you can't order it with the 4x4. So anyway, so we should be good there. So that might be a correction they'll need to do for next year on this. So that might be just a change they made for this year. All right. And then we do have the security keyless entry keypad. That is a factory option when you order it. It is going to be in that the B pillar for that as well. So it's not showing it in here. Last year was kind of an issue getting that on your orders. This year it looks like it's a standalone option available with either rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. Another one is the panoramic vista roof. So last year it was a twin panel moonroof that you could open the front glass. This year it's a fixed glass, cannot open that with the power sunshade. This in here does say it requires a second row captain's chairs on it. So it also does say it's only available with four-wheel drive. So it does require four-wheel drive and also the captain's chairs. It looks like it does say it includes remote controls, front windows, opens front windows from outside of the vehicle. So that's that global open close for the windows too. So there you go. And then also we do have the floor liners. Front and second row includes the with the carpeted mats, because anytime you have ST line or sport trim, you usually get the mats. Includes the floor mats. Yep, for that. So that's an option with both four-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive. Black painted roof, that is something that was available last year. It is pretty pricey, $4,900. If you want that black roof, you can do that. It looks sharp on the vehicle. It does say in here, of course, not available with the gate black, because it's going to be that color anyway, but it's available in both the rear-wheel drive and the four-wheel drive. Engine block heater. If you live in something a cold weather state, you keep your vehicle outside a lot, you might want this engine block heater. It's 190 for that. That plugs into your house. That keeps that engine block warm, so it starts up for you the next morning. Front license plate bracket, states that require front license plate. It is standard equipment, so dealership will put it on it. But if you're in a state that doesn't require front license plate bracket, like Kansas, then it's a standalone option, and you'll want to make sure you put it on there. It's a no charge option, but you'll want to add that to your order if you would like to have that. So, all right, now let's talk about some dealer installed options. So we did skip over some, so we'll get into those. Dealer installed options means that this option will be shipped to your dealer, and the dealership will put it in your vehicle, or they'll order it, or I mean they'll install it for you if it needs an install. So for that reason, sometimes they're delayed. We have some vehicles here right now that don't have the dealer installed options here to install yet. So that's just sometimes what happens. All weather mats is one of those. So you can get the all weather mat. Where is that at? Right here. Third row with the second row bench or the captains. So you pick the right one for whatever configuration you have, whether you have the bench seats or the captains. And then, so that's an option. We do have this cargo organizer right here, this large one. They did away with the small one. It's not available at the factory, but you do have this large one. Don't order this with your vehicle. You'll want to get that later. Just get it through Ford Accessories, plus the next couple that I have. The first aid kit, this one right here, also is something you can get through Ford Accessories. There's no real install, so please don't put it on your order. It could delay it or have some issues there. And then we do also have, yep, okay, so that one, I was thinking there was another roadside assistance kit, but it looks like not on this one. There's also a refract. Let's go back up to the exterior features because there are a couple up here. There's a Ford Performance hood graphic. Do they have an image yet on this? There you go. If you want that hood graphic, looks pretty sharp. Available on ST line and available on ST only. So there you go. And is available on both rear-wheel drive and 4x4. And then we do have the roof rail crossbars. So where are those at? It's not showing those. So that's going to go across each roof racks. So you have that as well. You can get those crossbars available on both rear-wheel drive and 4x4. And in the past, it wasn't available with the Panoramic Vista roof, but now that's a glass roof and it doesn't open. There you go. Now it's compatible with that. Safety deposit box on the inside for your console. So we do have that 420. You can see what that looks like. Now that is something I'd probably, if you want that really badly, that is something you probably want to put on your order and let the dealership install it for you. So, and then we do have the side window deflectors. So doesn't show it in here. So it's going to be on the side windows. That is a new option for this year. So you have that option. You also have splash guards available. So again, these are things which do include an install. I say, yeah, go right ahead and order those with your vehicle. Shouldn't hold it up too much, but also you don't have to pay for the install fee that way, right? Wheel lock kit also is another one of those. They're going to take off one of the lug nuts off each of the wheels and put the locking one on for you. They'll torque it and everything. And so that way you don't have to worry about you do it yourself or install it, right? Or an install fee. And then windshield sunscreen. So that's going to be up here. This sunscreen will be kind of like a glare strip at the top. Now, we do sell those aftermarket here. We can put it on your vehicle. You can get it from the factory. The dealership would install it. So that's a new feature for this year as well. So, all right. And that covers all of our standard equipment, plus the different packages and everything in this video. So hopefully this did help you out, get you some information that you're looking for, especially if you're wanting to place that order. The order banks are open up right now. Go into your local dealer, place that order. If you're wanting to order with us, we're doing invoice pricing right now. So if you can lock in that invoice pricing with us, it's a YouTube special. So make sure you mention it when you call or when you email. And actually, let me show you something real quick as well. So let me pull this back up. If you want to do this, and you're free to use this if you'd like, on our website, we do have build and price available. We have a company that does this for us, and we can build out any vehicle. So our 26 Ford Explorer is up on the website right now. Click on that. It does open a different tab. So let me click over to that one there. When you open that up, see, you can then pick four-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, and everything, and you can pick your ST line. You can see the prices. Now, you will see it doesn't really change the look when we do some different things. And we're going to click into this build, but sometimes the colors will change, saying that that's going to cost you extra. So you say yes. And so it's not making those color changes. That is over time, we will have that up and running, but so it may not change the color for you, but it does show you kind of what those colors look like in there. So, and then when you go through and then add different options, you can add those options and you can see how it's going to affect that price down there when you start doing these things. When I add that premium package, it's going to show you that price right there. If I want that street package, you know, actually, will it let me add the street package, so that kind of stuff. And then when you're done, you can just hit your confirm your selections, and right in there you can fill that out. Now if you want, if you're going to order with your local dealership, feel free to use our page. You can print that page if you'd like. So pretty easy to do that. Also, if you that gives you all the options right there, so you can just right click and print that page, and should be able to print that. And then if you want to submit it to us, just fill this out, put YouTube special down on that line, and we'll get that someone to contact you, get the last final things that we need to submit that order. So that's real nice and easy. Now, if you're wanting to go with your local dealer, don't submit that. That'll come to us, and then we'll be calling you and everything, and you don't want to do that, go through all that. So anyway, but feel free to use a website to find out final prices on some things as well. And feel free to use that for you if you'd like to. So other than that, I think that's all I have for this video. We're going to be doing one more each day. We should be rolling these out. So we're going to get the trimmer is going to be next, actually. And pricing, trimmer is right above ST line. It is a really nice one. So we're going to talk about trimmer next, platinum and ST. So stay with us. Make sure you're subscribed with the bell notification turned on so you don't miss any of these videos. And hope you enjoyed this one. Until the next one, stay positive, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself. See you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.